Worthless!
Hey, isn't that Vidoc over there? Huh. Is it just Paimon or are there fewer...
Ah. Seeing you at this time must mean you've already saved up a lot of credit coupons. Or at least enough to skip work. Impressive.
So, now can you tell us about the hidden rules you know?
If that's what you want to know, I guess you couldn't have...
Huh?
Leonid and those other pesky broke urchins have all gone to work in the production zone.
We get it, just...
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't ever, ever go near them at night. Even if you manage to avoid the guards, you might find something even more terrible there.
Something even more terrible.
A group of cannibals.
Cannibals?
Every month, they meet a few times in the dead of night. Rumor has it they might be connected to the people that have disappeared here. But what's even scary, since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the fortress forever.
Paimon might already know what you mean by other form.
You two look pretty skeptical. I've got things to do too.
Traveler, can we just trust him on this one? Oh, Paimon doesn't want her blood and flesh and... Oh, so that's how you see the situation. Huh. When will all the secret... Vidoc isn't here. But the guys who went to work in the morning are back. Let's go ask them!
What are you talking about? Listen, you should keep your nose out of other people's business.
What? What are you saying?
Just stay away from me.
Their attitude sure is suspicious. Like they're trying to avoid us. But if they're being so obvious about acting weirdly, do you think they might just be trying to lure us in? Oh, this is all getting way too creepy for Paimon. So you mean we still need to...
What do you want? Criminals like you ought to be working right now. Catch my drift.
We just want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever discovered anything odd during your nighttime patrols?
Why are you asking about something like that? Whatever happens at night isn't your concern.
Well... right! We've heard...
Really? I see. But it's not like I'm on duty every night. And now that you mention it, I recall my colleagues talking about something like that before. They say that strange things tend to happen at night on pipe cleaning days.
So, what happens at night on pipe?
And they just conduct regular cleaning of the fortress's drainage facilities. There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month, and it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days. You can try to confirm the sounds tonight if you want, and if they're...
Oh, okay. Then we'll keep both ears out tonight.
If that's all, then I'll be leaving now. I advise you not to try anything funny, though. Even if I'm not on duty tonight, someone will still be watching you.
Don't worry, we don't want any time added to our sentences. Oh, he left. So what do you think about the pipe cleaning days he mentioned? Right, both are a possibility. But Fielding did say... Paimon knew you would say... I'm so tired. But we can't sleep yet. They'll be cleaning the pipes tonight, so it's the perfect chance for us... Huh? Traveler? Did you fall asleep already? To Paimon? Really? So we're finally starting... Okay. Shh! Careful! We'll get in trouble if the guards catch us. This should be the place.
What? I know you. You were the ones...
Huh. You've got guts showing up here.
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming here to save you.
What'd you say? Yeah, so what if they were?
Hey, what's the point of all those rumors that...
I don't have to tell you anything. If you turn around, go back to the dormitory...
Yeah, scram. Nothing worth seeing here. Huh? What did you say?
Isn't that exactly what Boss said when he left?
Hey, do you know our boss? Whoa. We had no idea our boss was such a big deal. He always kept his identity a secret. So, did he have you come here to find him?
Oh, so your child's crew here? Seems like he had no problem.
We're the only ones who heard him say those words when he left that night.
Wow, those dreams of yours sure come in handy.
We gave him the business for a while and would always give him a hard time when he first came to the fortress of Meripede. But here in the fortress, the strong will he was working the longest hours and racking up. You could always see how amazing he was, even when he was teaching us a lesson. So eventually, we all decided to follow him.
But one day, he suddenly told us that he had to find a way to escape this place, no matter the cost. He said it was, and as his crew, if the boss wants something, then it's our job to get. So, we got to work and used the hidden rules that were here to. We just wanted to give him a better chance of escaping on a night after the pipes had been cleaned.
Oh, thanks to your rumor, nobody would want to come anywhere near here, prisoner or guard. Wow. But has a child already escaped? Why?
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It should be a dead end. It leads to an abandoned factory area, and even if there were a way to escape from there into the sea, we're still way too deep. No one could ever reach the surface alive. But Boss still insisted on going in. It's like he was upset, so we told him that we'd pretend as if he never existed while he was gone. And that if he wanted to come back, he should wait for nighttime on a pipe cleaning day. That way, we could meet him here and help cover the whole thing up.
So you come and wait here through the night a few times?
Yeah, but it's been so long now.
Is it also...
Nothing could ever defeat Boss or slow him down.
Okay. Paimon was just brainstorming possibilities.
All right. Keep quiet and follow us.
The way up from here has been sealed off. Boss left by going down from here. It wasn't full of water at the time. Later, we came back, hoping to have a look. That's when we found out it had been it's impossible to navigate unless you're...
Do you think Child got trapped by...
Not likely. We all know that Boss was an incredible swimmer.
Really? Then have him come investigate, pronto.
It's getting late. We should leave before the guards come this way.
Yeah, we learned a lot about what happened. When you said you knew a diver, you were talking about Ugh. Why is... Fortunately, though, now that we can finally relax... it's morning already? Oh, Paimon still needs more sleep. Huh? Wait, look over there! It's one of Linny's cards! Let Paimon see what's Maybe you haven't heard, but today is the monthly free day. Everyone has the day off today, which makes it the perfect time to do some investigating. It's been a while since we last talked. Have you been making any progress lately? Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day off. From the sound of it, Lenny's been making progress with his... We still have some time before we meet up. Let's talk... Look! There are some people talking over there!
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats.
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better.
I don't buy that.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your sewer hole with talk like that. Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Now, who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they want to hire someone like you?
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the overworld. Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. That's true. There's a group of people over there.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on a...
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Yeah, fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts.
You hear that, Quisto? What nice!
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that...
Really? Are we that famous?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you're...
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always...
So, you two really like...
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's... Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know?
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just put the welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super delicious.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
You are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically dogs to them. You've already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he...
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment in the infirmary.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it...
But did you know that Jurier was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you're just another inmate like everybody else. Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right?
You mean he hit a woman? Wow, I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to...
Wait a second.
Do you think it... Could it be that... They're secretly meeting there to...
After all, I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Juria to a pulp.
Hey, you over there? Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up everywhere.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, care to join me for a game? All right. No pressure.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius in...
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? It's all the same. There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play. Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right?
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right, then. Did you have anything specific in mind? Or do you...
Why don't you pick?
All right. Have you heard any strange rumors? Then, did you know that there are some people who are always... Yeah, so you've already met those two. They're quite a pair. They always keep an eye out for the latest happenings. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before they were sent down here. You know how bartenders are, always chatting with customers. And chefs love...
Good to know.
Let me think. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie. A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone just made up. I've never heard of that. Where did you hear about it?
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of...
Anything else? Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found something?
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him...
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have... Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's... Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have—
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would be up to the—
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair for us to fulfill our end of the bargain. Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
Collecting information has always been our strong.
Now, let me think. To find out more information, and if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest.
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
We've been working together for a long time. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick— Oh, and there's just— Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine—
What do you want us to do?
Well, I won't call it easy. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environment. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any— But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first. My apologies. I just started rambling out of habit. It was almost—
But that's not a bad thing, right? All right, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now, then. Don't forget—
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people in—
It's not impossible.
So, it's a bit hard to understand them. Oh. Someone, please help! She's there!
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapse. Freezing limbs, twitching fingers. Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here. Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that she's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient. Don't sense serious damage. And here? Huh? But... what about here? Oh. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. So that's what... And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm...
Very well.
And she hopped away.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Her stomach aches really bad.
If Miss Sijuin...
But it also looks like she...
Well...
What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sishuin take care of the sick and injured.
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct.
Are you two also?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups and to pick up the medicine. You could say she fancies herself as Miss Siege.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least.
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that.
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place.
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's...
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me? Look, who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics? I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Sishuin should be back. No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sishuin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest. Miss Lorvine, Yellow, huh?
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the traveler rest? So her primary... All right then. Is there anything we should know besides... No, her base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure... Got it! Paimon will hold the traveler to that for sure. Oh, you're going to take a nap already? We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit... Oh, so you're the best of companions. Well, don't... You're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long... Well, now you can go back without a word. Thank you, Miss Sishuin. Seems like a lot of people have been...
Useless. Boring.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time. No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the the adeptus temptation now! Paimon talked with Sijwin the entire time you were asleep. She seems... Whoa! You really are super thorough! Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Linny! Oh!
Hmm? Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means you didn't raise... We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as...
Wait, why is she...
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you... Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any... Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, but...
Perhaps that's true. You're both very... You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand...
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then...
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sijwin always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before... Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care...
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Lynette should be... strange.
As expected, Sijwin isn't here, but what?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around.
Okay. None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire...
There are some books here. Advanced nursing. How to... These sure are some interesting books. She even has books on understanding...
Seems quite normal to me.
This is it! We saw it!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? Let's look around here for some more clues. slip of paper.
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, "Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to—"
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me. No.
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No.
Wriothesley. Did he deliver...
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Writhe, you're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a complete... I'd like to know that too. Don't panic, just think everything... Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley...
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like...
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, We never should have sent out Fremine. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible...
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please...
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back!
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Right. I feel like we...
It's not impossible, but it'll require...
Is that so? Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. Someone! Please help!
Whoa! Are you okay?
What a delight. Oh my! What's wrong with... Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him. He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Come out and face me!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow...
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I...
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would... Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you...
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start. As for Fremine... No, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the...
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate...
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not? What?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss although as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he is...
Wait, you can't mean... You locked him outside?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world.
Fremine's a star diver, so...
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Lynn... Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting.
So, you've been
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremenet is still slowly being picked. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are—
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much—
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fort? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you—
Linny!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then, and Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me.
I shouldn't—
6.
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please—
Yeah, listen to the Traveler! If you can't talk to—
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it's still— Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home. I'll ask you 3 questions. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone—
told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at often see Miss Sijuin. I've been told that the infirmary is... The research note said that the Melusine...
So that's what's going on. The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of any out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her. Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and they're the recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot... Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
According to Collins, the Fonta's internal report. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because...
Paimon gets this rule. That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how people get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously... But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new... A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words, I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of spare... You'll pay for this!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sijuin. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sijuin? Though this gun may look like a toy,
Sijuin...
Not at all. I am merely a resident. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to... But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to... His Grace knows it too, right?
My dear Sijuin, whatever shall I...
Well, it's nearly time after all. What are you talking about?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you...
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss...
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarand. My door.
Lemonade.
What's going on? What is Clarand doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The drink...
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space.
I'll talk to Clarand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be.
What's that look on your face?
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sijween may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation up?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount...
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperate...
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could...
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions.
It's a bad... Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want...
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, of course, it would be best if he stayed for further up. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your...
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial sea...
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculation... Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure? You don't look...
My hands and feet are still a bit weak.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Fremine?
He'll be fine, but...
His breathing's beginning...
Give me a hand and help me get...
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. The Duke and Clarand are gone. They probably went to get some tea.
He's awake!
Lynette.
We're all here.
Where?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. Where could Master Child be? This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it? It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it. This is where the water... The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them. And recently. There are traces here too. I need to keep Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. I have to push on.
So, in other words...
That's right. I tried my best to...
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just said...
Miss Clarande, you said?
You're still too weak for Monet. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days.
A guest?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on.
No, please go on without me.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now.
Understood. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The travel...
Thank you.
Worthless!
I take it Mr. Fremenet's
Of course! I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sejoine?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarande. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another...
All right. Thank you for looking out for me.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. But where should I begin? How...
Then Paimon will begin.
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their...
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying...
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior... Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape. But in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you all. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for—
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former—
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison?
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask—
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of—
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, that's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger—
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've—
You make a compelling case.
Yeah, Paimon really—
Even if the truth may not be pleasant. Follow me.
door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, what a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui?
Well,
Well, I'd advise you wait.
Huh, so there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa, they all just went up one by one.
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply... The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original... Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, later on a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential... Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after
The concentration of...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration... Yes. That's very likely.
But forget about the 2 of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordials. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like the criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their success. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as... But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely... Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just...
But now you know every part of that history is...
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then, to be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second. Let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh? Lure...
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us...
I'm skeptical as well.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant...
You want to blow up the Fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace!
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before.
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands.
There's a ship in this story too.
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at...
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never... Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need to... Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back. I'll leave you here for now. No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to...